The Doors to Our Faith Capital campaign will help the parish in three major areas: preserving the integrity of our facilities through renovations and repairs, improving the function and safety of our facilities through new construction of modest additions, preparing for long-term projects, such as the need to maintain mechanical systems and future roof repairs.
One of the greatest things that Jesus Christ did when he came to this earth, if we truly want to know how to minister well, we need to look at how he did it, right? He's kind of the perfect example. So one of the things that he did when he came to this world was to start to get to know people, right? He formed a group, and then through relationships, he began to spread the faith. He began to spread Catholicism. He began to spread Christianity. That's how we need to do it. We need to follow that same exact model by welcoming others, by getting to know one another.
Creating that narthex that's going to be so inviting and provide better direction as to how eventually to get into the parish is going to be so valuable to give that positive, overwhelming, and welcoming first impression.
That starts in the parking lot, and it begins, continues as you enter this facility. So the way people feel when they walk in here is really important.
I kind of look at the narthex as the kitchen in your home. And where does everyone gather when they come over? They come and stay in the kitchen. And if your kitchen isn't big enough, it's not very inviting, and there's just problems.
When someone wants to have visitation before a funeral, we have to have it in the church because there's really no space in the narthex. But that's not the most appropriate way to have it, right? We want to have the funeral mass in church and not the visitation or the wake. And the narthex allows for that. A lot of people want to do that more often now, as opposed to having the wake or the visitation the night before at the funeral home. They want to have it immediately before the funeral. And with a narthex, it creates, again, a more welcoming space, a better gathering space, a better place to do a visitation, where people can mingle and talk, as opposed to it being in church. And in that way, then we start to celebrate and to pray for that person, certainly to celebrate their life, but also to pray for them and to pray for those who mourn.
One of our ministries is welcoming new parishioners and new parishioner sign up. And in effect, if someone's coming to see this parish for the first time because they're thinking about coming here or bringing their kids to school here, or they just moved here or whatever, the narthex is really the first thing that they see. It's the impression they get of kind of where we are here.
In a church, God's house is different. It should be welcoming to all. This isn't necessarily our home, it's God's home. It should be inviting.
The narthex we have right now is not really a narthex per se. It's almost like a little vestibule, that's about it. But an expanded narthex allows for that opportunity, allows for that community, so that when people sit and chat, they can introduce themselves to one another. They can have and form relationships, which are so important for spreading the gospel. So yes, we want to be welcoming, but we want to be welcoming in order to form relationships with others. And a new expanded narthex really allows for that, helps us to, it puts an emphasis on how we need to form our minds, form our community, and form our relationships with one another.
The doors of St. John Vianney School opened on January of 1958. And over the past 55, 60 years, thousands of students have passed through these doors. We would like an entrance that would be more secure and that would also make a statement. We've been here for almost 60 years, and we plan to continue to be here for another 60. Through the generosity of our parents and a Bids for Kids auction, we were able to add a security system that cost over $100,000. This now allows us to have all of our doors locked, that the only entrance for our guests is through the main entrance. Teachers use key fobs in order to enter and exit the building.
We have many things in place that we're very happy with. Our security cameras, our locked doors that you have to be buzzed in for. But the problem with our school entrances is that you open, you're buzzed in and you're immediately in our school. you can go down any of the hallways. We feel the best model is to have a school office where you're buzzed in and you're then in the school office immediately, as opposed to being in the school hallways. So that would be a much more secure way that they have to check in with the office and go through another door before they would then have access to our school.
On another level, which is also great, is hopefully right now, the K-4 is separate essentially from the school. It's near the parish offices, it's not near the school. And it would be great to have the K-4 moved into the school proper. That allows the school to do more stuff with the K-4 with regards to the school, maybe expanding the program, things like that, which is a great aspect to the school and could certainly be a help to a lot of our parents. Certainly with regard to picking up and dropping off, but also with the program that we can provide them. We can expand that, we can make it better.
Multiple budget cycles I've been through, it is what we in business would call the capital expense items that are the biggest concern of the parish kind of year over year. It doesn't mean operating budget's not really important. It just means that with a campus this size, with buildings of this age, with frankly the amount of traffic and wear that we kind of get throughout the facility, things just need to be fixed. Roofs do wear out and start to leak. Parking lots need to be relined and resealed and repaired. And so it's always a challenge to do that.
It's hard to learn and to be in a classroom environment when there's water dripping from the ceiling. I don't know too many schools that would want to have that in their classroom. So we had that in this classroom right over here last year where it was just kind of a constant problem, and unfortunately the kids and teacher just kind of got used to it, but that's never something they should get used to. That's something that we want to have alleviated and to be fixed before it happens over any other classrooms as well.
We also have a need for a conference room. There has to be that location where administration can meet with teachers and staff, where teachers and staff can meet with parents and students, and to be able to facilitate those meetings and having the room and space within which to do that.
We have a very involved parent community here at this school, and it's wonderful and it's great, and they're willing to do anything for us, and they're here for the health room, and they're here for script, and they're here for recess duty and lunch duty and the library, and the list goes on and on. And there's always people coming in and out of the school office, and it can be very crowded and very busy in there. And also too, sometimes in a school office you need some of the privacy things when you're speaking to a child or you're speaking to a family. And I think a little bit more space in the office would really, really kind of open things up and allow for a little bit more privacy.
Even the copy room does not afford us the necessary space that we need. Because of the way that the copy room is set up, when a number of teachers are in there trying to use the laminating machine or the copy machine, it just isn't an efficient use of space.
To make the church hall more functional and inviting for its many users and guests, renovations are necessary. Modernization of the 38-year-old kitchen will include new appliances, cabinets, and additional refrigeration. The 5 restrooms on the lower level are also in need of updating. To create a fresh, modern space, we will restore and reuse some of the existing fixtures, but replace the stalls, ceiling tile, and flooring.
There's a lot that's special here at St. John Vianney. In addition to providing a great education for our students, we're really a community here. We really bond together as teachers, staff, students, parents, the St. John Vianney community. We all work as one to really come together and provide not only that great education, but that community piece, the Catholic identity piece that we're so proud of that kind of separates us from some other schools.
For more information or to make a gift, please contact the St. John Vianney Parish Office or visit the parish website.